Yeah, you can start.
Evening, everybody. Let us start off with the business session without further ado. There's an update from the VP side, from the VP Education. For the upcoming meeting, the role of a general evaluator is taken, and all the other roles are open. So you could contact the VPE for taking up the roles. With that, I close the business session. Can we have the sergeant's address, please?
I have the I have a point during business session to make. I think the minutes of the meeting format has undergone a change in the group mail that has been sent. I think I have not received the way the format was there. I request that you should look into the format and retain the format, make the suitable changes for the subsequent week, and format should be maintained same. It is not every time we generate a new format.
Yes, sir. We'll take that into
I think updated proper format minutes of the meeting may be recent. That's what I want to suggest.
Okay, sir. We'll do that.
Have you taken a look at it?
Yes, sir, I did take a look at it.
It has completely distorted the way I have received it. It's almost difficult to read through that.
Yes, sir. We'll make sure we'll change it. Yes.
They can proceed further. I have made my point.
Yeah, over to you, Sanjay.
Can I take over? Toastmaster Spurti.
Yes.
When my mind can conceive it and my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it, said the famous American boxer Muhammad Ali. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Before we begin today's meeting, let me narrate a short story for you all. A man was passing nearby to a group of elephants which was halted by a small rope which was tied to their front feet. Amazed by looking at this, the man was astonished with the thought that even though the elephants were such gigantic creatures, they did not try to break away the rope and set themselves free. There, he saw an elephant trainer standing beside the group of elephants, and he approached him and expressed his puzzled state of mind, for which the trainer told when the elephants were young and small, he used the same rope to tie them up. At that age, the rope was good enough to hold them. As they grow up, they are conditioned to believe that they cannot be set free as the rope is still going to hold them. So they never attempted to break away from the rope. My dear Toastmasters, it is that false belief of the elephants which deprived them the freedom for a lifetime. Likewise, many people stop trying to work towards success in their lives just because of the setback or a failure they had in the past. So what I want to tell you is never stop chasing your dreams, ambitions, or goals, and never be tied up with those false beliefs or setbacks. Remember, the reality is the reflection of your belief system. Change your belief system to change your reality. On that note, let me take the opportunity to introduce a member of Toastmaster who always fills me with hopes and belief when I lack the most, and that is on the previous day of my exam. A very close friend and a classmate from Bangalore Institute of Legal Studies, a passionate Kathak dancer, one who loves traveling and trying out different cuisines, the current VPM and the present acting secretary for today's session, Toastmaster Spurti. Over to you, Toastmaster Spurti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana, for that lovely introduction. We have a few guests today. Could we please request them to unmute and introduce themselves? Kunal? Can we have Kunal introduce himself? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Can we have Raghunandana introduce himself? And why and how did you come to know about Toastmasters? Could you also tell us that?
Hello, my name is Raghunandana. I come to know about Toastmaster by my mother from in the first stage, and then I contacted M.U. Bhatt sir and N. Venkatesha sir, and then got to know about the Toastmaster.
Thank you, and you're most welcome to our club. With that, we move to the minutes of the meeting. Can we have the minutes of the meeting from Toastmaster Ujjwal? Over to you, Ujjwal.
Happy evening, everyone. Minutes of the meeting number 1116 held on 28/6/2021. Theme: Make It Happen. Business session started at 6:27 p.m. and was chaired by President Toastmaster Udank. Following points were discussed. Roles are open for the next meeting. Contact VPE for booking the role. The regular meeting started at 6:30 p.m. Sergeant Adams, Toastmaster Ujjwal, started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and handed over the charge to the President Toastmaster Udanka. Toastmaster Udank opened the meeting, spoke on the theme, shared his experience during his tenure from Jan to June 2021, and introduced the Master of Ceremonies for the day, Toastmaster Arundhati. Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Arundhati spoke on the theme and introduced the Installation Officer. Installation Officer Toastmaster Bhavani renounced outgoing President Toastmaster Udanka and discharged his present roles and responsibilities. Installed the following club officers for the term July to December 2021. Explained their roles and responsibilities and took their oath and pledge. President Toastmaster Sai Snehal, Vice President Education Toastmaster Ankita, Assistant Vice President Education Toastmaster Prakash, Vice President Membership Toastmaster Spurti, Vice President Public Relations Toastmaster Gaurav, Treasurer Toastmaster Sandeep, Secretary Toastmaster Ujjwal, Sergeant Adams Toastmaster Sanjana. Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Arundhati introduced the incoming President Toastmaster Sai Snehal, who addressed the gathering and explained about his plans for the upcoming term. Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Arundhati introduced Toastmaster Balaji, who conducted the table topic session. The following were the table topic speakers: DTM A.K. Prabhakara, DTM Amitabha, Toastmaster Krishnamurthy, and DTM M.U. Bhatt. The Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Arundhati introduced the Assistant Vice President Public Relations Toastmaster Spurti for the newsletter release. The Assistant Vice President Public Relations Toastmaster Spurti thanked the editorial team for their effort in bringing out the newsletter. The outgoing President Toastmaster Udanka announced the awards for the term Jan to June 2021. Best Toastmaster of the month, January, Toastmaster Sridevi Nayak. Best Toastmaster of the month, February, DTM A.K. Prabhakara and Toastmaster Sandeep. Best Toastmaster of the month, March, DTM M.U. Bhatt. For April, Toastmaster Shashikant. And for May, Toastmaster Chandrasekhara. And for the June month, Toastmaster Gaurav. Best Evaluator, DTM A.K. Prabhakara. Best Evaluator for the term, DTM A.K. Prabhakara. Best Table Topic Speaker for the term, DTM A.K. Prabhakara. Best Speaker for the term, Toastmaster Balaji A.S. Best Toastmaster of the term, Toastmaster Gaurav. Best New Incoming Toastmaster for the term, Toastmaster Nakul. President Toastmaster Sai Snehal conveyed his special thanks to Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Arundhati, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Balaji A.S. and the Installation Officer Toastmaster Bhavani and all the members attending the meeting. The President concluded the meeting at 8:20 p.m. Thank you, and over to you, President, Acting President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujjwal. Could I please know if there are any amendments to the minutes? No? Then I consider it passed. and I open meeting number 1117, that is 1117. When a Sergeant at Arms quoted Muhammad Ali, who said, "Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." It reminds me of this one great American businessman, the co-founder of the world's largest technology company. In 1984, more than 2,500 employees, analysts, and media filled the Flint Center at De Anza College for a product launch that would revolutionize everything about the way we use computers. The Macintosh, the first successful all-in-one personal computer introduced by Steve Jobs. The 16-minute product launch also stands the test of time as one of the most dramatic presentations ever delivered by the corporate titan. First, Steve Jobs describes the power and features of new computers along with pictures. All of this power fits into a box that is 1/3 of the size and weight of an IBM PC, he says. Most presenters would wrap up telling the audience about the product and how much it would cost and close it directly. Instead, Steve Jobs wowed the audience with one extra surprise. "Now, I'd like to show you Macintosh in person," he said. All of the images you're about to see on the large screen are being generated by what is there in that bag. Steve Jobs walks over to a small table in the middle of the stage. A black canvas bag was the only item in the middle of the table. Slowly and without saying a word for nearly a minute, Jobs lifted the Macintosh from the bag, placed it onto the table, reached to his pocket to pull out a floppy disk, carefully insert the disk into the computer, and walked away. The lights dimmed, the chariots of fire theme began to play, and the series of images filled the screen. Fonts and art that had never seen before on a personal computer. The audience cheered and applauded. If Jobs had ended it there, it would not have been one of the most memorable presentations of time. But Steve Jobs did not become Steve Jobs by being understated. He had one more wow moment to pull out the audience. Jobs said he would let the Macintosh speak for itself. For the first time ever, the Macintosh spoke in a digital voice. "Hello, I am Macintosh." This was possible only because two young lads in 1976 conceived the idea of making the world's best computers when they were just 21 years old. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. They started the Apple computers in the Jobs family garage. They funded their ventures by selling their Volkswagen bus and their beloved scientific calculator. Jobs and Wozniak are credited with revolutionizing the computer industry with Apple by making the machines smaller, cheaper, intuitive, and accessible to everyday consumers. Although they had strong competitors like Samsung, HP, Dell, which also made laptops, phones, PCs, and etc., they believed that Apple would be one of the best technology companies in the world and it could outsmart the rest. That belief has definitely made them achieve their goal. Apple is now the biggest and the most profitable company ever. But it had to change the world to get there. In less than 40 years ago, Apple was two friends putting things together in a garage. Now it's a huge company churning out phones that people buy every 9 seconds. Today, Apple sold 57 million iPhones in the first calendar quarter of 2021, which recently posted the highest quarterly profits of any listed company. Despite its reputation, Apple doesn't really invent things. All of its main product categories are laptops, desktops, phones, MP3 players that actually existed before. But Apple's various versions of them managed to change the world and take all these new gadgets to a whole new level. A 21-year-old boy having no experience with technology, who has not written a single digit of code in his whole life, went to make the world's largest technology company and the most valuable company today. And that, my friend, is a perfect story to our theme today: conceive, believe, and achieve. To take this meeting forward, we have a very special person with us. I would also call him one of the most humorous members of our club. He's having an overall having more than 25 years of experience in banking at microfinance sector. He's presently working as the vice president in Samasta Microfinance Private Limited. His hobbies include reading self-development books, listening to audiobooks, playing chess, swimming, trekking, and watching movies. A Triple Crown winner and a Pathkeeper awardee, our past secretary and the VPPR and the present AVPE education of our club. Please put your hands together and help me welcome Toastmaster Prakash.
Thank you, Acting President Toastmasters Spurti, for such a lovely introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Of course, Napoleon Hill has put it in his book, Think and Grow Rich, as whatever your mind can consume and believe, it can achieve. But people who question the validity of this quote will say things like, if I believe I can jump off a building and fly, will that keep me from hitting the ground? Of course, the answer is no. That is not a belief. That is a delusion unless you have a glider, a parachute, a wingsuit, or a jetpack. All of things seemed like a crazy idea when they were first conceived, but because people believed they were possible, they all now exist. The Wright brothers believed in their flying machine when others said it was impossible, and now millions of people fly in an airplane every day. Their belief was based on thousands of hours of research and study. It took more than a belief to invent the aeroplane. The secret ingredient was action, and also known as work. They worked on their invention for years and they crashed hundreds of times, but eventually what they conceived and believed was achieved. Similarly to that, in 1924, Rolf is mentally conceived in his mind that he should focus more to improve the leadership and communication skills among the like-minded people. So, on that belief, he founded Toastmaster International. This is a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. Today, he is no more, but because of his belief, presently, Toastmaster International membership exceeds 364,000 in more than 16,200 clubs across 145 countries. Since inception, the organization has helped people from diverse backgrounds become more confident speakers, communicators, and leaders. A typical Toastmaster meeting comprises of 3 sessions. First is the prepared speech session, where the speakers are given time to prepare for a speech on the subject of their choice, following the guidelines of the manual. Second is the table topic session, where the speakers are chosen at a random and given a topic to which they have to respond immediately. Third is the evaluation session, where the speeches and proceedings of the meeting will be evaluated. So to take it forward, we have 4 role takers for the evening. Aha counter, Toastmaster Ujjwal.
Happy evening once again. The purpose of an A counter is to note any overused words or filler sounds used as crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but so, and you know. Sounds may be etc. I'll give my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you, and back to you, MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujjwal. Timer, Toastmaster Gaurav.
Good evening, everybody. So, time is a very important thing, and as a speaker, it's left to us to utilize the time which is given to us. So, as a timer for today, I'll be noting down all the time taken by the speakers and by the evaluators. And during the prepared seat session, I'll be sharing my screen with the green card for 5 minutes, with a yellow card at 6 minutes, and with the red card for 7 minutes. And during the prepared speech session, I'll be sharing my screen with the green card for 1 minute, yellow card for 1.5 minutes, and the red card for 2 minutes. And coming to the evaluation, green card for 2 minutes, yellow card for 2.5 minutes, and red card for 3 minutes. I'll be giving my report at the end of the session. Thank you, and back to the master ceremony.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav. Grammarian, Toastmaster Sanjana.
A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Grammar is the pole you grab to get your thoughts up on their feet and walking. As the grammarian of today's meeting, I would be carefully listening to all your speeches and table topics and making a note of all the good usages and the not so good usages. The word of the week is ameliorate. The meaning is to make something better. The usage of the same is scratching your eye will not ameliorate the itching. I shall give my report at the end of the session. Back to you, MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. Once again, PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Ujjwal.
A very happy evening once again. As the PP as a parliamentary procedure evaluator, I'll be evaluating the following points. Please refrain talking about sex, religious, and politics. Avoid exiting the meeting when the speaker is delivering his speech. If it is really important, then please exit during the transformation from one speaker to another. Please mute yourself when you are not speaking. And if your bandwidth is low, kindly turn off your video and against your name, put it as available through audio. I'll give my evaluation at the general evaluation session. Thank you, and back to you, MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujjwal. Let us begin with the first session of the evening, the prepared speech session. Our first speaker for the evening is attempting his level 3, project 3. I would request the individual evaluator, Toastmaster Spurti, to read out the project guidelines.
Good evening once again. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice being aware of his or her thoughts and feelings, as well as impact of his or her response on others. Thank
you, Toastmaster Spurti. Presently, the speaker is a retired General Manager of Audit and Training from RIL Jamnanagar Refinery, and is also a safety consultant and executive member of National Safety Council. Please welcome Toastmaster Chandrasekhar with his speech titled Focusing Positive Aspects After a Tragic Accident. Over to you, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar.
Thank you, Mr. Prakash, Toastmaster Prakash MC. Whether I am audible and visible?
Of course, sir. You're audible and visible. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Morning, 10:30. Myself was thrown out of my chair in the office. A huge noise. And immediately from the window I saw ambulances and fire tenders rushing to the plant. As a safety manager, I was worried. What happened? Immediately a call came. Mr. Chandrasekhar, you are a safety manager and trained first aider. Please rush to the medical center. The ambulances are bringing victims. We don't know the number. I went to the medical center. I found 16 victims with various degrees of burn injury. A huge sound with a flash and explosion of hydrocarbon leakage and caught fire during a building. The best first aid is applying normal clean water on the burn areas, at least for 25 minutes to take away the heat, and then ship them to the burns hospital in the city wherever available. That is being done by the doctors. My boss came, Mr. Chandrasekhar, I will give you one simple job for you. Yes, sir. We are calling the relatives and the guardians of these employees because it is the law. We have to inform them. They will come to the company to take care till everything gets settled. Oh, what an easy job, sir. I know how to meet the people. I used to give lecture for 200 employees at a stretch in the auditorium, and everybody listens to me with pin drop silence. But I never told some people were sleeping in my training, of course, because people, employees are trying to sleep with open eyes also. In our own international speech about 1 month before, 2 days, continuously seeing, I myself got sleep. I just switched off the video for some time. So my boss went, and after 2 days, HR informed me, Mr. Chandrasekhar, 32 people have come. They are the first close relatives or the guardians of the victims. They have arranged the hotels and the lodges, transport, everything. They are all coming to the conference room in 15 minutes. Now, as a company representative, your boss has told you to take care. Oh, simple job. I just walked into the conference room and I saw, wow, now I got the shock of my life. I can see different turbaned people from Rajasthan, Punjab, Bihar. I can see big daddy people, beard, long, short, and different dresses. And some were villagers, some were looked like professionals in their own job. They have come to the company. Everybody's question is same. What happened? Why you called us? And one person told, look, yours is a world-class company. Now my daughter, a BTech engineer from a reputed industry, college, she has joined and just now you are telling she has got burnt injury? Are you in census? Other person says, my son, still not married, bachelor. He is the only person earning the bread for my family. Have you burnt him? Another person says, my papa, small, 18 years old, he says, what happened to my father? One lady got up. There are 12 ladies and 20 others. The lady says, what happened to my husband? I have 2 children. This was the problem. Now I realize facing these people is the tough. It is not employees, it is the public. I have to control my own self and also take care of their emotions. Red face, angry face. Everybody's question, what happened? How they got burned? And what is the next? I myself don't know. Because company has told me without incident investigation finding, don't tell everybody. Because that is official. If you tell something, that message will go to newspapers. Keep mum. Wow, very good job. And I just told, yes, there was an explosion. Yes, it happened. There were 32 people, and I am not able to face all them at a stretch. Now I made a plan. This is not the way to face these people. I came to know that burn injury, there are victims, about 6 people, up to 20% only, another 5 people, up to 50%, and the rest, up to 80 to 80%. Now I made my own shift timings. I called only the up to 20% burn injury. That was easy to tackle because the recovery is confirmed by the doctors. It will take only 7 to 10 days, and then they will be given 2 weeks leave, and they're okay. They're sure they will come. Medical doctor professional has told me. So with smile, I can tell them nothing has happened. Don't worry. I consoled them. I congratulated them. Nothing has happened. Serious. This is all you see. Public chemical industry. These are all like that. Critical was the up to 50% burn injury. It is like a pendulum. The infection rate is going up. Anytime anybody can die. That was a big challenge for me. But still, I had to keep a positive face. Every day I used to brief them. No, your person is in ICU, but recovering. This is the medical report. I have to make all efforts to make them smile. But out of them, 3 people were good. They recovered. Their immunity was better. But 2 people went to the coma. And the next category was still high, up to 80%. Doctor has told us, we want skin grafting urgently. Can you get us? We made an appeal for all the employees, for all the NGOs to give skin. The skin will be from the thigh portion and they will patch it on the skin depending on the body acceptance. So we told them, don't worry, we are giving skin grafting. Some people are getting transported to even Singapore. The people were shouting at me. But finally, 7 people gave up their life. Now became a compensation problem. Now I came to know that the real compensation persons are in the village, and these people who have come, we cannot give them the compensation. We have to slowly convince them and reduce their emotions. I tried a lot, giving water bottle, drinking coffee, tea, went to the hotels and talked to them. And finally, the compensation was given to the correct person as per their application form. It took nearly 3 months. And I learned I have to keep cool in emergency. Always tell some positive things about them that persons are recovering. Don't worry. I always should give them the hope. This gave me a tough job. But finally, when the compensation was given, everything got settled because we were worried about the unions. We were worried about the violence of some of the employees after this accident. We had to take care of them also. Finally, with all this, then compensation was given and some people returned to the duty, things got settled. And I got a feedback from some of these people. You have handled us nicely. And my boss also told, good. But I never knew the gravity before. After that, I came to know facing the public after an accident is a very tough job. Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Really, I enjoyed your speech. I mean, the way you handled the incident management as well as the way you were able to give the hopes to the victims. Wish you all the best for your future projects. Our last speaker for the evening is also attempting his level 3 project 3. I would request the individual evaluator DTM Subramaniam to read out the project guidelines.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters, and my target speaker, Toastmaster Balaji in particular. Toastmaster Balaji is attempting the second elective from Visionary Communication path from level 3, that is attempting vocal variety. As a part of this speech, the speaker has to practice using vocal variety to enhance a speech. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Balaji.
Thank you, DTM Subramaniam, sir. Presently, the speaker is a teacher, trainer, and NMC. He has completed his BBM from Jain University. His hobbies include reading non-fiction books and watching fiction shows. Please welcome Toastmaster A.S. Balaji with his speech titled "Shh, Keep Quiet." Over to you, Toastmaster Balaji.
Toastmasters, good evening. Even before I could start off, I must tell you all, I tried. I really tried to reach home on time, but I couldn't. And I tried to give a fantastic speech with great voice modulation, with all my glory shown on screen, but I'm shaken up. Listening to the first speaker talk in that style, in that confidence, I'm shaken up. You must be thinking, okay, this kid has very less discipline. He's not on time for his speech. What is up with him? And that's exactly how this kid was when he was a kid. Going back 15 years down the memory lane, I was in my 4th grade, and I have to tell you, Toastmasters, this was the toughest year of my life. Different kids had different problems. One kid had a problem of not reaching school on time. Another kid had a problem of not wearing his uniform right. Another kid had a problem of never ever looking at the teacher right into her face. And I had one problem. I would never do my homework. Whatever happens, however it happens, I would never ever do my homework. My parents complained every day, teachers complained every day, and more than anything, my grandparents were always behind me saying, finish your homework. It was like almost the entire world is trying to get me to do homework, but one thing I would never do is homework. And that's when they decided, okay, this kid needs to be taught a lesson. And there they put me into this tuition, which was taught by the most strict teacher of the entire South Bangalore area. If there are a few South Bangalore kids out here, you need to know the teacher's named Zaveria. She was extremely popular for her amazing tricks of torture. She had a stick, she had a chili, and she had candle drops. You name it, she had all the tools. There was a point where I thought, okay, fine, I can still get through this tuition, but somehow I was stuck in a vivid cycle. Every day I wouldn't finish my homework, and every day my school teacher would write a remark in my diary saying this kid hasn't done his homework yet. And I would go back to the tuition, and my tuition teacher would ask for my diary, and looking at the remark that comes in every day, she would be like, Balaji, come here. You never do your homework. Show me your hand. And then there you go, I would show my right hand. And then I would get nice 5 beatings on my right hand. And then the teacher would go another step ahead. Show me your left hand. There you go. Another 5 marks on my left hand. And this went on for almost 1 whole year until I decided I am not going to go back to that tuition. I would exit my house, go all the way till the tuitions, and I would never enter my tuitions. I would then find my friends and start going out and loafing around. While loafing became the only part of my life after school, I would find some way to escape this tuition and find some friend to actually give me a ray of hope saying, okay, fine, I'm here to entertain you. I would just go there. After 2 weeks, I somehow got caught. And when I got caught, it was another bad treatment. That was the first time my teacher tried the chili technique and the candle technique on me. And that's the day I decided I am never ever going to get a remark on my diary. Whatever happens, I will finish my homework at any cost. But it's just that I chose a path that was not conventional. From that day, for the next 1 month, every time I had a homework to submit, one kid in my class would lose her classwork or homework book. Every time there is a homework that is given, the next day a classwork goes missing. And there we have one student who's all of a sudden started finishing homework. And after 1 month, when finally one of the teachers got this doubt and checked my bag, she didn't find one classwork, two classwork, but almost 15 different classworks with 15 different handwritings. And those were basically the 15 books that we lost in our classroom in that 1 month, and everything in one bag, and that was my bag. That day when all my friends looked at me with 3 to 4 girls even crying, why did you do this to me? I was crying the other day for my homework, but you still didn't give it to me. I was like, okay, this is bad. Whatever I did was extremely bad. And I realized another thing that day. What I did that day was bad, but what made me do that was worse. Every single day, my school teacher would just ask me why I didn't do the homework, and she would just remind me what a bad student I was for not doing my homework. Every day in my tuition, she would just beat me, but she would never ever even give half an hour's personal time to actually teach me how to do that homework. My parents thought they had done everything right by giving me the best school and the best tuitions. At a very young age, when I got caught for stealing, and I saw 15 of my close friends looking at me like I'd done the worst thing to them, that's the day I realized nothing can be achieved by force. I can't try like I have finished my homework by stealing a book, and my friends can't act like I haven't done this, and my teachers can't get me to do things by force, through aggression, through negativity. If there is only way to uplift someone is to understand them and give them what they need and how they need. So here's to less aggressive and more positive days. Thank you so much. Back to the Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balaji. I was wondering what virtual background you have. So, I mean, I didn't know that you were in a car, but when I saw people moving now, then I realized you were in a car. Maybe it was a prepared or I don't know, but really, I appreciate your spirit of delivering the speech in the car. And as the title says, you all kept us quiet listening to your amazing speech. And even your school memories brought me some nostalgic memories. Thank you. All the best. With that, we come to the end of our first session. Without wasting much time, let us jump into the most exciting session of the unit, the table topic session. Our table topic master for the day was ex-secretary of our club. He has completed electrical engineering and working in RBGSI as design engineer. His hobbies include cooking, traveling, and trekking. Please welcome the table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Shashikant.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash, for a wonderful introduction. And so here there is a power cut issue, so I am unable to switch on my video. If I switch on also, no one can, and no one is able to see me. So for the benefits of guests, the table topic session is consists of the various kinds of topics. So I will be giving the topic to a Toastmaster or a member or a guest. He or she should speak on it for about 2 minutes. For this, the timer will help by showing the green card at the end of 1 minute and yellow card at 1.5 minutes and red card at the end of two minutes. And without further ado, let's start the table topic session. I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible? Can anyone confirm?
No.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
No.
Now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, it is visible now.
Yeah. Today I have so keeping in mind like informative table topic, like so I will be showing the topic and image of it. If you share the information how much you have, that will be very much helpful for the other member, or else so you can talk on your memories on that product or something. But if it is informative, then it will be very much helpful. That is my small request. And no talking on sex, religion, and politics. So the first topic is our Indian Roadstar cycle. So all of you know about this cycle. So my first topic is Indian Roadstar cycle. To talk on it, I welcome Toastmaster Ravi Kumar.
Thank you, table topic master and fellow Toastmasters. Just to take forward this Indian Roadster cycle, I would like to check with table topic master. Are you talking about the same conventional cycle, or is this a new brand?
No, sir, it's a old cycle when it was very much need instead of fashion and all.
Okay.
We all have had with our grandparents.
I got your point. Once again, table topic master and fellow Toastmasters. You will not believe that this roadster cycle, once upon a time, we used to pay tax for this, to move around and run around. It is appropriate and nothing fault on my side to remind that one Mr. T.R. Shamana, MLA of Baswangudi, then long back, fought for this poor man's mobility, that it is harming and hurtful to tax on this. So it was removed. The tax was removed. However, police was very keen that the light should be illuminated during night hours, and police used to catch people and harass. That is besides the point. But one thing I'll tell you, that this Indian roadster cycle has helped millions and millions of yesteryears, people of yesteryears, particularly men, reaching to their office on time when they could not get more buses and when they could not even afford bus fares, and forget auto rickshaws, Olas and Ubers. Now, this cycle was besides just a mobility, this cycle was also a kind of a part of the breadwinner, support system for the breadwinner. People going to markets, fetching items, dropping the children to schools and fetching them from the schools, for any purpose and every purpose, this particular small cycle was used extensively. Now, thanks for Table Topic Master for reflecting on this, on today's topic, because we had almost forgotten the cycling. Incidentally, yours truly, who's speaking about this, was a very good cyclist. And, you know, I used to put dosas on those days itself, a bend turn, a U-turn, and doing all tricks with the balancing, all that. But, you know, I used to get back at home and get that necessary reward for that. And even in the school, the teachers were very, very afraid of me, the way I was cycling. I was making stunts on it. Back to you, Table Topic Master, for a wonderful product which helped millions of Indians to move forward in their lives and uplift from poor to mediocre society. Back to you again.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi Kumar. And I have a memory of, so I used to ride that cycle with my cross legs when I was around fourth and fifth standard. So in between it, that is a memory which I have with this kind of cycle. And moving on, my next topic is Kabaddi game. So my next topic is Kabaddi game. So I request Vijay Upendra, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, to speak on this topic.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome guests. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Kabaddi game. That reminds me of the days when I was studying in 7th standard. There was a Kabaddi game to be played between two different classes. I was not knowing about Kabaddi game during those days. I was very much a cricket player, but not much about Kabaddi game at all. And one of my friend, who happened to be the captain, likely to be captain of the Kabaddi game, he forced me to get into that. But I was not at all interested in getting into Kabaddi game in the first place, because I was not at all knowing anything about Kabaddi. Such is the case, why should I get into Kabaddi game? Without knowing anything, why should I venture into something? That was my argument. But he said, you are very obedient, just listen to me whatever I say. That definitely makes a better teamwork. I need you. That's what the captain said. Hesitantly, I said okay, and I joined the team. Somehow, we played the game. Say for 20 minutes after the game, I was unable to continue. I fell down. I hurt myself. Then I told the captain, this is the end of it. I'll quit the game. He said, no, I'll put you in a particular area in that team so that you will just stand and move around. That's it. Nothing else you don't do much. Or else you sit. Don't run around much. The rest all I will take care of it. By the end of the day of that particular tournament, we won the game. I really till date, I don't know how it all happened. Some motivation, some pull and pressure. I could really participate in the game. That was the first and the last Kabaddi game I played. Thank you. And back to you, Table Topic Master of the Day.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. And that was a wonderful insight. And as you, I also played only one Kabaddi game in which some player has put his knee on my stomach. He has put his knee on my stomach. That was the first and last game which I have played in Kabaddi in my school days. And moving on, our next topic is ink pen. My next topic is ink pen. I request DTM Yamu Bhatt sir to have to speak on.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Incidentally, you are shown a photograph of a hero pen, if I'm right. It is a Chinese-made pen. It was once upon a time when I was a child. You know, it was a dream for many of us to own the pen. I remember still that pen used to cost about 12 rupees to 14 rupees or something like that. And it was a princely sum those days for us. But to get that kind of pen was a real, hero pen means, it used to be available only in, this Burma Bazaar, China Bazaar, it's all imported stuff coming from China. So the beauty of that pen was the particular nib was really a fantastic nib. The way I could see that, and it had a refill. You had to press from the top, and you have to put in the ink bottle, and it will suck in. Also, the number of time you have to fill number of times because the capacity was limited, unlike a normal fountain pen, because it is a filler pen. But to own that pen was a really prestige in the class. It was something really amazing. I would never, and in fact, in my career, in last about so many years, in my childhood and in my even in college days, I must have got, because I lost 1 or 2 pens on the way from somebody stole it and all that. So I must have bought at least 4 pens. So any person going to Bombay or Chennai, we used to say, what do you want? Right? Yeah, get me a hero pen. That was the kind of prestige that particular pen had. Not without reason. It was writing so beautifully, so neat and so fine. It was really a pleasure to not only keep that pen and show it to my friends, but it's pleasure to write on that pen. And I have passed so many exams writing in that beautiful pen. I got the fondest memories, which has, in fact, that the way it writes, it even ameliorates your writing skill. It improves that, whatever writing says, because it was writing so smoothly. So I would always remember that beautiful pen of hero pen, what we were having in my childhood. It just brought me the fond memories of that. Thank you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, DTM Yemi sir. And the major overcome of compared to ball pen and this hero pen is we can replace the nib if it fell and if it got broken. In the ball pen, we should change the whole refill. That is one of the best things compared to hero pen and ball pen. And moving on, the next topic is Surya Namaskar. I request Toastmaster Sanjana to speak on it.
Firstly, good evening to fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, and thank you for giving a topic which I started doing only weeks ago. And all these years, I never took yoga seriously, but after doing Surya Namaskar, did I realize that it not only relaxes all your muscles and helps you in giving that, like the freeness, relieving from the soreness of your muscles. It also gives calmness and it helps in, it's like a catalyst for you to have a good day. I started doing Surya Namaskar only during the second lockdown. And I would like to thank that Cult Fit app for making me do Surya Namaskars regularly. I never knew the importance of chanting Omkara, but after doing Surya Namaskar, did I realize that the word Om, which is comprised of a single syllable, has a lot of positive effects, and it impacts the lives of people in a better way. So I urge all of you to start practicing yoga and Surya Namaskar for that matter, and start doing other forms like Vinyasa yoga, and start working on your breathing. And thank you for giving me such a wonderful topic, and back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. And Surya Namaskar, like on the International Yoga Day, all the Yoga Institute will offer a free 108 rounds of Surya Namaskar to everyone. Anyone can go and join any yoga class or yoga camp. near to their residence. Moving on, the next topic is basketball game. The next topic is basketball game. I request Toastmaster Gaurav to speak on this.
Just give me a second. Good evening to all Toastmasters and welcome guests once again. So basketball game is one of the game I like to watch, but I don't like to play. I used to always feel this game is a little bit partial to short people. Like most of my friends, I am the shortest in all the groups of my friends, let it come to school group or a college group or PU group. I'm the shortest of all. So whenever I used to play basketball with my friends, I used to always hit on my head and run away. It was such a easy game for them to tackle me or defend me from scoring a goal. So I used to always feel this game is partial to short people. But looking at the advantage, this game actually helps people grow tall. I used to always think this is just a myth, and it just depends on the genes of the body. But recently read an article and I watched a video which says this game actually helps people grow tall by the way they shoot the ball and by the way they jump and do the dunks and stuff. It actually helps people. And if you observe few basketball players, they have a photo with their family members. The family members are almost around 5'5", 5'6" of height, and the basketball player will be around 6 and 6 feet tall. I mean, the mother and father is short and his son is tall. That means it's not just genetics; it's also because of this game. And I still believe this game is still partial. I hope they come up with a rule like how the how the boxing, like they have to fight against the opponent of the same weight and same fitness level. I hope they bring the same rule in basketball, saying that the same height category should play this game, or else the short people will still struggle scoring a goal and defending the goal. Thank you, and back to the table topic master.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav. And about the basketball game, it is the most fittest game among all. Like the basketball player will be the fittest person compared to all other sports. So I read it in an article. I don't know because I'm not a basketball player. And moving on, the next topic is cassette tape. I repeat, the next topic is cassette tape. I request DTM AK Prabhakara sir to speak on this.
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. This has a piece of history with this. Initially, when Edison brought about something to play as far as music is concerned, it used to be on a 78 RPM record, and it used to be played with the needle, and the needle the vibration of the needle would be picked up and played as gramophone. There was no electricity involved in this. In fact, we had a gramophone in our home where we had to wind it in order to put some energy so that the record rotates. But with the arrival of motor, and that too miniature motors, and arrival of magnetic tape, there was magnetism was observed, it was there, but a plastic tape had to be coated with particles which are magnetizable. Then when it was passed through a particular head where electricity would pass through, whatever was recorded there can be picked up. From a disc, which was a record player, it would pick up. The tape became the recording medium, and it held number of songs. Earlier, it used to be limited by the size of the plate, but when this came, the number of songs was more. Not only that, it was the earliest and the best one as far as the memory goes into a computer. It was the holder of memory. It represents something of a huge history. And if you were to walk into any computer's room in 1970s, it used to be full of magnetic tapes. and it would be protected and a dust-free ambience, and that was about the big computer. And today, even our mobile has more memory than this kind of magnetic tapes. But yet, that represented a huge progress in human history, and one that provided the paved the way for the whatever we are enjoying today as knowledge area or digital era. And whoever has brought this, he's an unknown man, and should all be thankful to him for that wonderful invention, and something that I have even today. I have a number of cassettes, but later on CDs came today. Even that is not required, but as a medium to hold music and medium to hold memory, huge memory, nothing to beat the tape. And tape has history, and he has given a leap to the human evolution on this planet Earth. Over to table topic master.
Thank you, DTM AK Prabhakara sir. And moving on, the next topic is thermometer. I repeat, the next topic is thermometer. To talk on it, I request DTM Subramanya to speak on this.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shashi, for giving me this topic. I think most of us can relate to this thermometer, especially since last 1 year. Whenever we need to enter an official corporate organization or a big super mall or any commercial complex, I think most of us are subjected to temperature check along with wash of our hands by sanitizer. So we are very much accustomed to this, and this is a very reminder of the time we have been going through since last 1 year of physical distancing and other things. But if I think this picture shows the journey of the thermometer itself. When I was a kid, I remember if I had to visit a hospital or a small clinic, a neighborhood clinic near my home, I remember whenever I had to go to, or even I was running a temperature, I remember this mercury thermometer, the conventional thermometer, it was dipped in a sanitizer, and it was, we were told to open our mouth and it under our tongues to measure our temperature. And this represents a very good, memorable, nostalgic days of gone by days during our childhood. Then I think most of I don't know about others, but I think some of us still carry this mercury thermometer at our home. And then came this digital thermometer where we could directly read the temperature from the reading which is located on the screen, whereas the digital non-intrusive thermometer is the one which most of us have been seeing or being subjected to, the infrared thermometer. I think in the days to come, until we are sure of our safety and our health, I think this will continue to be associated with COVID. I think this represents the journey of ourselves as well as the journey of these thermometers as an evolution. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Subramanya. And this gun type of thermometers, actually it used to measure the grill temperature of the ACs, means air conditioning, but nowadays it has turned to measure the temperature of the human body. And moving on, the next topic is baseball game. The next topic is baseball game. So I request Toastmaster Ujjwal to speak on this.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for giving this topic. A very happy evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and a warm welcome to all the guests present here. So my topic for today is baseball game. Firstly, coming to myself, I'm not a fan of baseball game, or rather, I still haven't played any game, any baseball game. I've not got the opportunity also, and I mean, like usually, yeah, no one, like usually in my my school or college, no one played a baseball game, and I didn't get the opportunity to play. Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested to know to get to know the new game on all the rules of the game. Uh, Also, this game is also similar to cricket. Uh, so yeah, this is about my take on the topic. Thank you, and back to you, table topic
Uh,
master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujjwal. So yeah, it's like homework to you. You can prepare on this. Yeah. Moving on. The next topic is Carom board. Our next topic is Carom board. I request guest Deepak to speak on this.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Hope you are able to see me and hear me clearly. Thank you. So, thank you for the wonderful topic, table topic master Sakshi. So yeah, so carom board. So this suddenly brought me to my college days in hostels. So hope I guess every one of us, every one of you all graduated from college, I guess. And so you might, if you are stayed in that hostel, so you might be knowing so how this game play, how this game kills our time during semester and assessment times without studying and without preparing for exams. So we used to do play this forever again and again and again, and then before 1 hour or 2 hour we'll start prepare for the exam. So initially we will be grouped together to finish this first unit or second unit, but eventually we'll say like we shall we have break for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, so we can, how about we can play some cards or carom board. Suddenly we all switched into this game mode. Once we started playing, you obviously know that, right? So someone will be there, so we will be pulling his legs while playing, and so this goes on and on. And if you see at particular time, you would have spent most of the time in playing rather than reading. So thank you for the topic. And this carom board also helps us to, so we kind of say it, right? So to exam, to start focusing, to start reading for preparing for the exam, so we need too much of concentration. So through this game we can like kind of improve our concentration skills, but rather than preparing for the exam, we had a good connect, and we had at least good memory to cherish nowadays. Thank you, and back to you, table topic master. Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank
this topic.
thank you, the Deepak. And moving on, the next topic is just a second. The Lagori game. I repeat, the next topic is Lagori game. I request guest Raghunandan to speak on this.
Lagori is one of the oldest game and an Indian local game which is played by a group of 12 people. Uh, it considers of two teams where one team hit the stones and other team will just try to escape with the time where the team which has the ball will try to hit them until they finish grouping the stones in the similar format which is shown in the picture. So that is the topic. Hereby I conclude my topic.
Yeah, thank you, Raghunandan, for that insight of the topic. The next topic is football. I repeat, the next topic is football. I request guest Kunal to speak on this. Is Kunal online?
Yes, I am, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
So football is one of the popular and one of the beautiful games I've ever seen. especially in the knockout stage where both the teams are aggressive against each other. So each team each team has 11 players each, where there are certain rules they have to follow. So before the rules were strict, uh, while the time of Maradona, Pele, and all those legends, the football was actually banned in England because uh, people were too aggressive. They used to punch each other. They used to kick each other properly. So so and due to the regulation committees such as UEFA, FIFA, and all those committees which were formed, the rules started getting strict and stricter. So because of that, it's now being played fair and square. So that's all I could say. Thank you.
Thank you, Kunal. And going to my memories with the football, I was a back defender in my school days. And whenever our school plays with some important matches or some semis or something, then I used to be a goalkeeper. If it was not an important match, then I used to be a back defender at that time. That was the memories which I had with the football. And thank you all the participants for making this table topic wonderful and excitement, and your feet. So your speak on the topic was very good, and have a round of applause for all the members. Back to you, Toastmaster MC of the day, Toastmaster Prakash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srikanth. Initially, I thought you all kept us in the dark as you were, as you were not visible, but really it was a sensational session. Your topics really ignited all the speakers. We will now have a strategic timeout break for 5 minutes. Now it is 7:36. So we'll be back at 7:41 p.m.
Hello, Ravi sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You asked something.
No, I asked you.
Later, how many
participants?
topics?
Topics or how many participants were there?
Only participants, sir. Okay. I'll just.
Or even topics. If you have given 10 topics, that means 10 participants.
Yeah, sir. 11 topics I have given. It's 11 participants.
11, is it? Thank you.
Yes, sir. 11.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think, is it good to go? Okay. Now we have come to the final session of the day, the evaluation session. So our general evaluator for the day was ex-secretary of our club. He is an entrepreneur dealing with fast-moving consumer goods. He has completed postgraduate diploma course in business administration at Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. He has expertise in cricket and the current political, social, economic affairs. Please, all of you help me in welcoming Toastmaster Ravi Kumar with a huge round of applause.
Thank you very much, MC of the day, Toastmaster Prakash, for that wonderful introduction. The general evaluation is a session where the entire proceedings of the meeting will be reflected once again, and we take a deep dive into it and look into it precisely. To start the session, first of all, to talk a word or two about the theme. The theme of today's is more relevant and appropriate when most of us are suffering from one or the other problems, and for different reasons. The theme of today is generic in nature and universally accepted. After Corona, the pandemic, the steel frame of security and safety is dismantled by virus Corona. It is most appropriate time for us to conceive, believe, and achieve whatever we have lost or whatever we need to gain in future. The theme today, it is, in other words, imagine, accept as truth, that is believe, and achieve, succeed in doing by effort or skill. I repeat, imagine, accept as truth, and succeed in doing by effort or skill. That is how it is concise, and this is how the theme is. Certainly a good theme chosen by MC. And I would even say that this theme is a magic formula for anyone to succeed. Now, coming to the business session, business session, the next meeting and the roles available was shared. And besides that, there was no other important announcements to make. The meeting started today exactly at 6:19 p.m. The number of participants at the beginning, at the start of our meeting was about 13, and now gradually it has swelled to become 16. Maybe waiting for some more members or role takers could have delayed by 4 minutes. However, not bad under the circumstances. Secretary's previous meeting report, that is meeting number 1116, was read and obtained approval without changes. Toastmaster Ujjwal was clear, read the minutes clearly and properly. Now coming to remarks on Sergeant at Arms. As we all know, Sergeant at Arms has the key to kickstart the meeting, to start the engine and assure us a safe journey of the entire meeting. Toastmaster Sanjana made a good beginning, articulated the theme well, and she weaved a story too well to relate to the theme. That's very important. That Muhammad Ali's words, whatever mind believes you can achieve, was appropriate. Elephant story of believing and the elephants without belief, which deprived them of freedom, was very well said. Toastmaster Sanjana did the introduction of the president too well. Now, I call upon the individual evaluators to their evaluation. May I now request Toastmaster Spurti to evaluate the speech of Speaker Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Over to you, Toastmaster Spurti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi Kumar. Good evening once again, and good evening to Toastmaster Chandrasekhara in particular. I would want to mention that I received the project checklist and the evaluation sheet on Saturday from the speaker. Congratulations on that, sir. I would be evaluating your speech in two parts: what you excelled at and what you could have been better. You started off your speech by saying, "I sprang up from the chair because of a huge noise." So that grabbed the audience attention, and we were very intrigued to know what really happened. So there was a lot of clarity in your speech. You were very clear about the sequence in your story. You explained each incident and each situation very well. Your hand gestures were excellent. It added so much value to the story. The audience, like your hand gestures, spoke so much. The audience were aware about everybody's reaction in the room. Like when you spoke on behalf of the audience that you were there in that particular room, you enacted that really well. So even your eye contact was great. You were very comfortable with the audience and explained the story very smoothly. You succeeded in explaining how you were aware of your thoughts and feelings in that situation, and how proactive you got when your boss called you, or the spouse or the family members called you, and how you reacted to every situation which was quite challenging in a very positive way, and you gave hope to everybody. You did mention how you handled you succeeded in conveying to the audience how you handled every problem and gave hope, and also you were consistent with the whole thing. You told them what to do, what not to do, and did not lose your temper. Now I would come to what you may work on. First thing is that you exceeded your time by 3 minutes. Your vocal variety could have been better. It was good in a few places, but I think it should have been more consistent. For instance, I entered the room with a huge shock was the same as we made an appeal to the employee, or they were supposed to be taken to Singapore. So these tempers and your vocal variety could have been a little better. And one good place was, it was like a pendulum. And when people passed away, that was also very good. That's why I mentioned that a few places it was, you excelled at it, and a few places you did not. Although you succeeded in, I'm coming to the purpose of the speech now. Although you exceeded in the delivering of how you are aware of your thoughts, you could have stressed more on how you grew from the whole experience, and and also how you could have stressed on the impact of your response on others in your conclusion, which could have made the whole structure of your speech a little better. But to conclude your speech, sir, all in all, it was a great topic that you chose. It got us also, we caught on to your storyline the whole time, and your hand gestures and your eye contact was perfect, and you were very comfortable. And it was a very, very well presented speech. Thank you, and back to the MC.
Thank you, Evaluator Toastmaster Spurti.
Sir, you're not audible, sir.
I have unmuted. Can you hear me now?
No, of course, Ravi Kumar sir. Please carry on. No, Spurti, I think please check your mic. He is audible. Ravi Kumar is audible.
1 second.
Can you hear me, Spurti, Toastmaster Spurti?
So now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Surely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Toastmaster Spurti, that was a wonderful evaluation. Why it was wonderful, I'll tell you.
Yeah, of course.
You did say the good elements of the speech and not so good elements of the speech, and you did give the speaker the suggestions that was important. The most important thing is you also said a word saying that by this incident, perhaps you could have evolved much better, and that evolved feeling could have been shared with us. Thank you very much. I don't have much to add more than what you have already shared in this 2 to 3 minutes. Can you hear me, Spurti?
So I heard you, sir.
Okay. Okay, great. And coming to Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, the speaker, a well prepared speech, well articulated. Only thing I felt was that your movement, body movement, moving forward, backwards, sideways was distracting. Otherwise, you have improved a lot, and I should tell that loudly to this group that your speech was good and a matured speech. You can take evaluator suggestions for your next speeches. Thank you for the evaluator, and thank you very much for the speaker. A big round of applause, please. Now, I request distinguished Toastmaster Subramaniam to evaluate Speaker Toastmasters Balaji's speech. Ish, keep quiet. Now you need to unravel that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi Kumar. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and my target speaker, Toastmaster Balaji in particular. Shh, keep quiet. I think that was a very curious and interesting title for a speech, which required the speaker to show his array of vocal variety. Let us see whether the speaker was up to the challenge. First of all, I have to commend you on choosing a story which enabled you to show a plethora of vocal variety. Kudos to you on that. At the outset, you created that possibility for yourself when you mentioned I tried too hard, and I think that showed your initial vocal variety, and I think that set the bar for the rest of us to exactly know what to expect from you. There were a couple of sentences wherein I think you showed your experiment, wherein by varying your pitch and volume, you showed, like for example, there is a sentence where you had a sentence which mentioned students. There were students who were coming late. There were students who were not wearing uniform, but yet I was there. I was not doing my homework. I think you showed enough pitch variation and voice variation to show that emotion in your speech. And throughout your speech, you kept your vocal variety in lots of variety, which was quite just apt for different emotions which you wanted to portray in your speech. I think what I really liked about your speech was you showed exactly how students react when they come to know that one of their friends, when their close friends betray them, and they came to know that you are the one who stole their homeworks, and you showed their response very nicely by showing them cry and by showing their surprise and betrayal, that emotion. Kudos to you on that. You also showed enough emotions through your through varying your voice and volume and pitch, and even by the rate of your speech, when you showed the annoyance of the teachers when they came to know that you were the one who stole all their 15 missing homeworks with 15 different handwritings. Kudos to you on that. As they say, every speech, if we don't mention some feedback, I think there is definitely there should be some way forward to go. So first of all, when you mentioned the sentence about different types of students, there to show more impact, I think you could have also maybe quickened your pace of and mentioning, and you could have ended by showing how you breathe, so that could have brought in a lot of impact in your speech. Apart from that, I think I also noticed that you had taken 40 seconds more time than the maximum speech time required. So I think you can work on your timing of the speech by preparing well and by cutting down unnecessary stuff. And for challenging you, I think by incorporating some breathing techniques, and you can you can think about varying your pace or varying your pitch to portray the certain emotions. All in all, I think you clicked all the right boxes, and kudos to you and your next piece. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Subramaniam, for that wonderful evaluation. What I can make out is, after listening to your evaluation, you have heard the speech of Balaji very clearly. And therefore, you could dive and dig into each things that Balaji mentioned, and you could recall certain suggestions that you have made about the speech is very valid. And you have covered most of the evaluation that was required for the speech. As far as the speaker is concerned, I feel because the vocal variety to enhance the speech was the requirement, perhaps little more practice for the speech is required, because we already know Toastmaster Balaji has a vocal variety and voice modulation is a strength. In this speech, it required much more, and therefore perhaps a little more practice was necessary. However, one thing to be admired about Toastmaster Balaji is, though he could not reach home on time, wherever he was and however he was, he took the speech bravely. I could see people moving around around the car here and there, that never distracted him, and he gave that speech. That 40 seconds little more is okay, perfectly okay. A big round of applause for evaluator DTM Subramaniam and speaker Balaji. A big round of applause, please. After this, I would like to obtain the report from the team. Let me start with timer. Toastmaster Gaurav, please.
Hello, good evening, everyone, once again. So the time taken by the speakers, I'll be saying as follows. Secretary Toastmaster Ujjwal has taken 3 minutes 30 seconds. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Sanjana has taken 3 minutes 5 seconds. Acting President Toastmaster Spurti for President's speech has taken 5 minutes 55 seconds. Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Prakash has taken 11 minutes 40 seconds. Coming to the speakers, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar has taken 10 minutes 10 seconds, and Toastmaster Balaji AS has taken 8 minutes 10 seconds. The table topic session was around 28 minutes 25 seconds, and 3 speakers crossed 3 minutes. I mean, 2 speakers crossed 3 minutes, 5 speakers crossed 2 minutes, and others, like four speakers have crossed 1 minute. Coming to the evaluators, Toastmasters Spurti has taken 3 minutes 30 seconds. DTM Subramaniam has taken 3 minutes 50 seconds. And the general evaluation is around 8 minutes now. Thank you, and back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Timer Toastmaster Gaurav, for the comprehensive and very clear report on the timer's role. Even your introduction about the role of timer, you did make the beginning. And now with the report, you have made it a complete package of timer's role. A wonderful report. A big round of applause for Timer Toastmaster Gaurav, please. Now, can I request our counter Toastmaster Ujjwal for his report?
Very happy evening once again. Coming to my report, Toastmaster Prakash, 4 hours. Toastmaster Spurti, 2 hours. Toastmaster Gaurav, 1 hour. Toastmaster Ujjwal, 1 hour. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Balaji, 1 hour and 4 times. DTM Subramaniam sir as a evaluator, 4 hours, 1 small pause, 1 I think 4 times. Table topic master Toastmaster Shashikant, 3 hours, crutchword and 2 times. Toastmaster Ravi Kumar sir in table topic, 4 hours, crutchword it 2 times, that 2 times. DTM ME Bhatt sir, 1 hour. Toastmaster Sanjana, 2 hour and 3 Toastmaster Gaurav, 1 hour. DTM AK Prabhakara, 1 hour. DTM Subramaniam, 3 hours, 1 small pause, crutchword or 2 times. Toastmaster Ujjwal, 3 hours. Guest Raghurandana, 1 hour. Guest Kunal, 2 hours. Crutchword so 2 times. Ravi Kumar sir as a general evaluator till now 3 hours. Thank you, and back to you, sir.
Before you hand over the charge to me, Toastmaster Ujjwal, can I request you to also evaluate PP evaluation?
Once again, a very happy evening. I thoroughly observed throughout the meeting, and to the best of my knowledge, no one talked about sex, religious, and politics. And whoever left the meeting, they put up in the chat box stating the emergency, and then only they left the meeting. So it did not distract the speaker. But I noticed some of the members did not put available through audio against their name when they had turned off their video. Apart from that, everything went on flawlessly throughout the meeting. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ujjwal, taking the responsibility of our counter and also shouldering more responsibility of PP evaluation, a comprehensive report from you. And your secretary's report was good. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Ujjwal from everybody, please. May I now request grammarian Toastmaster Sanjana for her report?
If language is a flower, then without grammar, it will not smell. As a grammarian of today's meeting, I carefully listened to all your speeches and table topics and made a list of all the good usages and the not so good usages. So let me begin with the good usages. Sprang up from the chair, pendulum, skin grafting, down the memory lane, tricks of torture, candle drops, loafing around, ray of hope, nostalgic memory, Poor man's mobility, illuminated yesteryear, support system breadwinner, fond as memories, magnetizable, dusty ambience, digital era, leap to human evolution, physical distancing, literally keep us in the dark, unravel, flawlessly, ignited, plethora of vocal variety, and let's move into the not so good usages. 1 month before could have been 1 month ago. Big could have been just big. Other member could have been other members. Very much helpful could have just been very helpful. Long back could have been long ago. One of my friends. One of the best thing is one of the best things. It is a most. It is the most. How about we can play could have been how about we play. Considers of two teams could have been consists of two teams. Going to my memory could have been going down the memory lane. Audience were aware could have been audience was aware. And the word of the week was used by Toastmaster MU Butt. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana, for that wonderful. And you have carefully listened to everybody's speech. And you have made note of good words and not so good words. And when you are a grammarian, I think we need to be careful what we talk so that we don't get into the list of good list or bad. Good list, fine, but not the bad list. Good. And my apologies, Toastmaster Sanjana, after evaluating your Sergeant at Arms role, I forgot to ask the members to give a big round of applause. Now, a voluminous applause for Toastmaster Sanjana for her grammarian role and also for that Sergeant at Arms role. Thank you, Sanjana. Best wishes for you. Now, thank you, everybody. So far, so good. Now we move on to the presidential address. And today, members and Toastmasters, you know, it was a surprise for all of us that we missed our regular president, Sai Snehal. And yet, the replay, Toastmaster Spurti had to shoulder that responsibility, which she did exceedingly well. Her introduction of the guests was done. She took that, in her speech, she took that Steve Jobs example, how it revolutionized the computer industry. She did mention about Apple, the best technology company, and your body language, your speech, everything was typical of a president's worth. Now, you also gave a very good introduction of MC. I should say that you smartly took this opportunity of a president's speech coming at so early, and you handled it very, very well. Maybe it was a surprise for you when it was announced, but I think you took it pretty well. You perhaps have the innate skills of public speaking, and Toastmaster Spurti, you are in the right place to sharpen your skills. You already been a committee member for some time, and you regularly take roles, and that is very impressive. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Spurti, please. A big round of applause. Now, moving on to the table topic, today's table topic master. It was very evident and very clear that a good homework was done. Nice pick of the topics. The small and simple topics was great. As we all know, all simple things are great and all great things are simple. Today, simple thing was great and the topics was very good. Toastmaster, I should tell you that your table topics definitely ameliorated the quality of the table topic session. You gave, interestingly, you gave topics to the guests, and that was nice on you. You picked 11 topics and therefore 11 participants. As far as you are concerned, Shashikant, more often have seen you taking rules regularly. After every, another important thing that you did was, after every participant reflecting on the topic, you would add one point related to the topic and conclude that particular single topic very efficiently and carefully. That was very interesting. You take rules seriously and meticulously, and today was no different, Toastmaster Shashikant. You are an important person, and as a Toastmaster in our club, and very valuable to our club. Please continue to take rules. Another important thing that I should not miss is today, guest Deepak. He volunteered to take topic, messaging on the chat show, and he asked for a topic. So a big round of applause for Toastmaster Shashikant for his wonderful table topic session, and that applause should be heard by Deepak also for volunteering to take the topic. A big round of applause, please. Now coming to the master of ceremony, and if I need to rob a word which MU but uses regularly, he calls master of ceremony as the bridegroom of the day every time. So Toastmaster Prakash, I hope you're listening. Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Prakash.
Of course, sir. I'm there.
Okay. Did you hear my word, bridegroom of the day? MU but keeps telling, and I thought today I should remind you once again. Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Prakash, that was a wonderful session did by you. See, basically all participants, the moment we receive the meeting notice, we look for the theme. And once the theme is interesting, we attach a little more importance for the meeting. And you smartly did that very well. And as a opening remarks, I told you that theme was generic in nature and universally accepted. You also clearly explained the 3 sessions. Your introduction of speakers, table topic masters, and general evaluator was really nice and good. You should be appreciated that you did not take much time to describe the theme and you quickly moved on. It was a textbook MC role that you did today, blemishless and very, very clearly done and neatly done. So about, see, a good theme, I always feel that it is something like a captain already winning a toss and deciding what exactly to do next. Now, you also smartly connected with Ralph Smedley, and you reiterated the Ralph Smedley's belief, which was a part of your theme. And therefore, having so many members, so many clubs, and so many countries involved in this Toastmasters movement, that was wonderful on your part. Last but not the least, Toastmaster Prakash, MC of the day. I look in you as a future DTM of the club. One more, and all that you need to do is 1 minute. You again need to conceive, believe, and you can achieve that DTM. A big round of applause for Master of the Ceremony, Toastmaster Prakash. Thank you very much. And a few things that came to my mind about this general points of the meeting is, see, attendance when we started the meeting was 13, but then gradually it swelled to become 16. I repeat that again. And in this 16, 8 members were taking roles seriously involved in today's sessions. So I think it's time, if the attendance online is like this, a hybrid meeting should be considered by this existing committee, and you need to seriously look at, because Toastmasters learning can only happen better outdoors and not indoors. And there is no doubt about it. Leadership, communication skills, public speaking, all these things, each one can sharpen our skills. So I think at this point of time, a hybrid meeting is very, very necessary. To close the meeting, before I close the meeting, a fantastic meeting. Good speakers, role takers, and table topic participants. The soul of Mekon, the soul of Toastmasters was intact today in today's meeting. With this, I hand over the charge back to MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi Kumar, for such a wonderful and insightful evaluations. Really, my ambition is to become a DTM. Really, thanks for the wishes. Finally, I would like to end up with a small quote by our famous American boxer, Muhammad Ali. Champions are not made in gyms. Champions are made from something they have deep inside them, a desire, a dream, a vision. They have to have the skill and the will, but the will must be stronger than the skill. Now, I would like to hand back the charge to the acting president, Toastmasters Spurti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash. I agree with you. It was indeed such a detailed general evaluation. Toastmaster Ravi Kumar was so observant with everybody's roles, and he patiently explained and evaluated everybody's role so well. Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi Kumar. Now let's come to the second most exciting part of our meetings, the prize distribution. Our best speaker for the day goes to Toastmaster Chandrasekhara. And the best evaluator goes to myself, Toastmaster Spurti. And we have a tie for the table topics. So the best table topic master goes to DTM AK Prabhakara and Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. It was indeed a fantastic meeting with some really good table topics and, of course, two enthusiastic speeches. So it was a great evening. With that, I close meeting number 1117.
AKP sir wants to say something. Yes, sir.
Sorry,
Madam
sir.
President, I just want to make, this is the first meeting of the new committee. I want to make it a point. Please tell one thing at the end, that whoever has to give feedback, please ensure that the feedbacks are there lodged in the base camp. And that is an important part of our culture, that we have to reiterate these things repeatedly. And VPE is not present here today, but we should also be, general evaluator should mention and ask whether the evaluator has received both the PDF tutorial, the specification, as well as the evaluation form, the evaluators, so that this is again, the Basecamp features are brought into play, and we build a culture that it's a speech should be meeting the specification, and the evaluator should have read both the evaluation form as well as the tutorial portion of PDF. Unless that we build it as part of our effort, things will not, quality will not be in place. That's what I feel, and that has to be repeatedly told. That's about it. That's what I wanted to mention about.
Yes, sir. That will be noted.
Okay, before we end, can I ask everyone to switch their cameras for the group photo? And I request everyone to smile. Thank you. Thank you.